Okay, call meeting to order. A motion on the minutes.
Move approval. Second, Mr. Chair.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Kelly Hansberg, Paula Johnson. And, oh, I see, it's right.
And Michael Lang.
And Michael Lang. Okay. Funny, yes. Okay. Okay, we've already voted to give the license to this gentleman here because he was gonna buy, subject to necessary requirements. We look at as city requirements, you know, that we need. Now, I don't know what happened there, and I spoke to the city attorney. I know you called me, I talked to him afterwards, and he says if there's a dispute, you know, you guys gotta work it out, you know, before we can okay a license anywhere. You know, it's before we move it, or we already got it there, you know, to Mr. Lang.
Well, it's conditional.
And
It
so
was
it was
conditional
conditional, right.
upon him purchasing the property.
Right, but there was, you know, wasn't really a timetable on it either, so, I don't know, go ahead.
Well, I was just coming in as respectfully ask that we can wait. This kind of came as a surprise to us last Wednesday. We got approved from Wisconsin Business Development the week beforehand. We've worked 4.5 months on this, $13,000 into this, got everything into place that she wanted. And we don't even know if this is legal right now. Our lawyer's just looking at, we haven't had time to even react to this. We were approved first on it, and I'm just asking you guys if we could hold off till the next meeting till we can get this figured out from the lawyers and stuff. You know, we were approved first, we were ready to go, we got money sitting here at the city ready to go for the licenses, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, no, we're not doing it, basically click. I haven't even had a chance, you know, the lawyer's looking at the stuff right now, I'm just asking if we could just hold off until the next meeting till we can get this figured out. You know, this all of a sudden, out of the blue, this happens, this deal, you know, apparently it'd have to take more than a month to put together something on the backside, which means when we were here last time, you guys voted and approved for me to do this, she must have had another deal already going into works and wasted your guys' time.
Okay, the city attorney has advised me that there's a problem, you two work it out.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do anything until, you know, it comes, you know.
Well, I
comes to
talked
things,
to
so-
Scott today, and basically, he said that there shouldn't be an issue on giving her a conditional approval as well.
No, Scott didn't say anything to me.
That's,
I talked to
I
him
was in
yesterday.
this afternoon and talked to Scott.
I'm just
I can't
asking if we can go to the
disclose,
next
I
meeting
can't
till we get this
disclose
figured out.
I can't disclose the terms of the offer, because Josh is actually a party to the offer, so he can disclose terms. I can't, being a Realtor. But, the transaction did not close, the transaction did not close as it was supposed to. So, that's where we're at this point in time. He was given notice, the contract was terminated.
I have yet to receive the paperwork, I was
It
told.
was emailed to your partner.
See,
I-
this is,
This is kind of why we,
This-
Mr. Chair, this is kind of why we don't want to get in the mix. We had
Right.
approved
Yeah,
him
just
ahead of
like if
time.
we could to kind of go ahead
And
and take care of this
it is
until the
between
next
you
meeting.
and me personally, I'm willing to put this on hold.
Well, there's
just wait,
reasons why.
just wait, go ahead.
And put it on hold and probably not our next regularly scheduled meeting, but our next, we have a special meeting, the 18th, I believe, correct?
Yes.
August 18th would be the next time we could deal with this.
That's fair.
Is that too far or too close or too far, or would
Do it
would that
again
day?
to take care of this, try to take care of this and
There's-
find out what's going on, sir.
There's actually, I mean, we want to get this thing done.
I
It's
understand
been
that.
5 months' work in the works. Josh actually was supposed to refinance this building a while ago, thinking that it would sell, it would sell. Now, he's in a court action because of that, because it did not sell when it was supposed to close. So he's dealing with a court case, and he has to be back in court as well.
Mr. Chair?
Oh, well,
I think maybe the question we have is whether we deem her as licensable, right? That's
Yeah.
the question?
Correct.
I didn't see anything in her background that would prevent me from voting in the affirmative for a license. I didn't see anything in the business plan that would prevent me from voting in the affirmative. If there's some sort of question of whether there's, it was so nice when we had sink stock. Wait a year ago. It would,
And that's actually who I consulted with before I called Michael.
but I guess the point is, so yeah, normally our next scheduled meeting is until the first week of September, which is a month away, which I understand for all parties, that's a long time in the world of a small businessman. I understand that.
We could do it to the 18th. Like I said, we just need a little bit of time. This just got sprung on us Wednesday.
So like Alderman Rhodes said, August 18th, we're having a special meeting on another issue. We can certainly add agenda items that include this then. If the question is whether or not this young lady is licensable, and again, I can't speak for everybody else, I don't know that we need to grant a conditional license. I understand the city attorney may have told you something, but we haven't heard that from him, so I don't
Yeah,
think,
where is Scott tonight?
he might be back later, I don't know.
Yeah, and I gotta go by what he told me, and once again, we don't get involved in when there's other problems, which there seems to be. Obviously, not with you, but with him, and he's the one that we okayed, so, so we're gonna try to get this so we can vote on it, on something on the 18th.
Is the 18th impossible for anybody, or?
Well,
Can I say something?
No, no.
we're, I mean, there's a court date for Josh that he has to know definitely what's going on, and that's that following week. So he has to know that it's closed and done, or he has issues, more legal costs and everything else involved.
Right.
There would have been a court date, no matter what we did tonight.
Yeah,
So,
right.
well, that's what we're going to
Yeah.
do, so, I'm gonna hold it until the 18th then.
And then it would, is there anybody who has issues with Kelly as far as anything goes?
I don't.
You know, that isn't the issue. The issue is we okayed it to one person already, and now we gotta switch it, so. So we're just gonna hold that then. Okay?
Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
Can we talk to Scott Post later and hear it after the common council?
Well, you can't do anything now until the 18th, and there's,
is Scott gonna be at the
It's on
meeting
the
later
agenda.
today?
I assume so, I don't know. So, if you wanna talk to him later, that's fine.
absolutely.
Where it sits where it is now, so. Okay, Andrew Brambach? Hello? Okay, we have a new application, bartenders at Heartbreakers.
Yeah,
Okay, you wrote down on here that you had expired license plates, and that was it.
Did you understand that question on the application?
I couldn't really recall everything there. I think that's pretty much like regular calls, expired license plate,
So it's just-
registration.
Have you ever been ticketed, arrested, convicted, or fined for any violation of federal, state, or city laws, including felony, misdemeanor, civil, and traffic offenses? You put down expired license plates, Milwaukee, July of 10.
As far as I know, I've been gone for the last 5 years. I can't recall back. I was understanding that, as it goes back 5 years, we're supposed to write.
No,
down,
it says ever.
Ever.
It says ever.
Okay,
So
well,
the
I-
third word, have you ever?
I don't know if you want to go back to '96, and yeah, I had some things back when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
Okay, in 98.
1998, OWI?
Yeah, I was 19.
You
years
forgot
old.
about that?
Well, I was 19 years old. I didn't know whether I was supposed to put that down.
Yeah, you're supposed to
Well,
put that
someone
down.
told me I was supposed to put that within the last 5 years. Was still out.
Someone here?
Well, someone not
No,
here,
no.
but
Someone not here, no.
Well-
None of our staff told you that.
okay. Well, that was something. I was 19. I'm 37 now, and that hasn't happened again.
What about drugs?
No.
You didn't have a possession arrest for possession of TLC and possession of drug TLC, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah, I was 18 years old.
So
again,
you
18,
did
19.
have a drug arrest.
Yeah, again, that was a long time ago. And I'd like to say, I've probably had more life experience now than I've up to this time than I've had since then. That was a
Yeah, but
long time ago.
You can't fill out a license application correctly.
Again, I guess I was misunderstood the question. I filled out my real estate license the same way, and I never had a problem with them for Wisconsin, for the realtors.
I'm going to move for denial based on an inaccurate license application.
I'll second.
I'd like to appeal, guys, real quick. I mean, this
Hang
is
on
the
a
only
second.
job I've had.
Hang on. Okay, Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? I don't,
It's not like I was trying to hide
Discuss-
something here.
just, so, just for, well, you think he's trying to hide something? or
Well,
what?
I asked him to point out, and he said, no, there's nothing else, and then we bring it up, and he says, oh, yes, there is, but it was a long time ago, and then somebody
Very
told
long
me
time
this, somebody told me this, somebody told me that. It's like, I know our staff didn't tell him it goes back 5 years, we've had,
No.
they know that.
Are you working now?
Yeah, I'm working in Heartbreakers, and I'll lose my job if I don't have a license. So you're basically putting me on a job I've had since 1996, or 95. Where I've been licensed for the city of Milwaukee through 2010.
But you can work under a licensed bartender there.
Yeah, Heartbreakers is big enough that isn't
No,
there
it's
more than
not.
one person?
No, the job, the shift I'll be working is not gonna be more than one bartender.
Do you want to read that highlighted part just above your signature?
Sure, I declare under penalty of law and all the above are correct in the best of my knowledge and belief. Incomplete acclamation may lead to denial of this license.
And then that's your signature right underneath that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you, but I'm just saying that, this is a job I've had for 20 years. I've been in the bar business since 95. The same things you're bringing up, I never had a problem with the city of Milwaukee through 2010, where I left the United States and worked in a different territory, and it still was fine to work there.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad that you can work in the city of Milwaukee.
I understand what you're saying, but I've never had a problem since the 90s.
And I just think, I don't know, we hit this issue before where,
Yeah.
just because,
You're basically-
were you trying,
You're
was
basically
it?
putting me unemployed and on the
Okay,
street.
that's not.
No, you are by not. If you would have said, "I have an OWI and a drug paraphernalia arrest
So
from the
this, I have
'90s,"
to put this
you
when
would
I'm
have been
60
approved.
So when I'm 60 years old, I have to put this on every application.
Oh, yeah.
When you read an application, it says, "Have you ever been arrested?" And then you sign and you say it's truthful.
I'm gonna play English on that one. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I didn't know how funny it goes
I
back.
just-
Honestly, if I'm 75 years old and applying for
Well,
something,
you know,
Yeah,
you
we
might
had-
change
we
it.
had a guy that
It might
wasn't-
go to 5 years, but right now it says ever.
well, I'm sorry. That's this.
We had a guy that
That's the way I
in the
interpret it.
'70s, he got busted for stuff he was putting on it. See, I can see somebody misunderstanding it, even though it's clear. They shouldn't. We redid it so it was even clearer. But in my opinion, it doesn't seem like you did it on purpose. I just think that that's the only reason. That the other stuff, it was a long time ago, and I would, I'd rather vote to approve. But
Mr. Chair,
Alderman Rowe.
what happened in '96? Give me a brief snapshot.
So which one?
The possession of THC.
I was with older cousin of mine up north, who I never really talked to because of we were at a kind of a just a little spot up there where a lot of kids hung out, and he was a few years older than me. I was 19. I was basically on my vacation for the week, and he kind of ditched the car, ran away into the woods, and this cop is looking for people underage drinking and things like that, and he basically finds that stuff in my car, and that's the reason I don't want to talk to that individual anymore after that, because that was a kind of a crappy thing to do and leave me in that situation. And after that, just kind of avoided people that were into that scene and just tried to do my own thing and do the right thing.
And how'd you get here tonight?
The bus.
Mr. Chair? Yeah, and so, when did you return to Wisconsin from the U.S. Virgin Islands?
About a little over a month ago.
Okay. Have you obtained a Wisconsin identity card?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Because your driver's license is suspended, so you can't get a driver's license, but you can get an identity card, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Alderman Weigel.
why is your license suspended?
Expired plates. I never got a chance to take care of. I was living out of the country, out of the States for about the last 4 years. And, just living check to check, the economy's not been great down there either. So,
And just so you know, if you were to reapply for this license and fill it out truthfully and accurately, I'd vote in the affirmative. But I'm going to vote no tonight because the application that you presented to us is false. That's what this is about.
Okay, so I have to do this process
Okay.
over again, or?
Well, we haven't had a vote yet.
Yeah.
Is there any further discussion on this? The motion is to deny. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Aye. No. So it's 2-2, so now it's gonna go to the council floor, and we're gonna have to vote on it there
Tonight.
tonight. So, you wanna stick around for that. We can do that. So right now, it's gonna come out of the council with no recommendation. So,
What can I do to change this,
nothing. You
Just
gotta wait now, it's gotta
Well, you
go through the
could
process.
reapply, you're saying?
It goes to the
It
council
goes to the
floor
council
in
later
about 2
tonight at
hours,
7 o'clock,
where all 10 of us vote.
and there may be other council members might want to ask you questions. So it'll be worth your while to stick around here tonight, unless you're going to miss a shift or something. I don't know, but it could be that you
I could see if I can
it's
call in or
2-2
something.
coming out of here. It may go in your way in front of the whole council.
I'm all spread out here.
Okay?
Thank you.
That's where it sits.
All right, well, thank you, gentlemen.
Patty Ford. Patty Ford. Oh, okay. Didn't see you get up. Okay,
Patty's going to turn
We have
around
a-
92nd and Greenfield,
a new license. Oh, this is just bartender.
the bartender.
New application. Let's see. Was it denied? Okay, yeah. The disposition not required. Okay, the thing that you don't have on here is a resistance obstruct officer in '98. No, it was a while ago. Well, one of the biggest problems that we have is that when police come to your bar for any reason, you're 100% cooperative with them, always. And that's why when I always see resistant officer,
Is that in Whitefish Bay?
I
Green
don't know.
Bay.
That-
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Oh, yeah, and there's a liquor law violation, April.
1998.
1998,
16
in Green
years.
Bay. Were you bartending somewhere?
No, that was just, I was in college in Green Bay,
So, but you didn't write it down on
young
here.
and,
So
You weren't running like a still in your dorm room or anything?
no. No,
So, and with the one OWI, you
when I
know,
was 20.
if you do get,
Yeah, I
in
mean,
that instance, then.
obviously I don't want to do that again and learned my lesson hard when I was 20. I mean, it's not something I do.
Okay.
Is anybody giving the speech?
No, you're waiting for you. Go ahead.
And this is for anybody else that's got a bartender application in here. We expect licensed bartenders in the city of West Dallas to follow all the rules. Call the police if there's a problem, card people. We will be sending in people not 21 years of age. I don't know, does that mean they're a minor or they're underage? Whatever. They're underage. Do not help hide criminals. We have a case tonight where police their bartenders lying to the officer's face about facts, that we frown on. If there's a fight in your bar, we expect you to know about it. We don't, this I didn't know anything happened thing, when somebody shows up at the hospital with stitches, yeah, no, that doesn't fly here. So we expect you to be a partner with the police. So,
Absolutely.
card people, what else? What am I missing?
Cooperate with the
Be
police.
good to your neighbors.
Oh, yes.
They were there first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And call the police if you have problems.
yeah,
Don't not call the police.
Yeah, if you ever thinking, should I call the police? You should be already on 911. So.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Move approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
So tonight's action goes to the entire council later tonight, and then that will likely be approved. Then licenses will be available for pickup tomorrow morning after 10:30 at the clerk's office. If they're not picked up tomorrow during the day, they will be mailed to your address of record.
Okay.
I work in the morning, so it would know.
Okay. Chad, closing. Chad? Chad's not here. I'll hold his. Kayla Podesta.
Casada.
Okay, easy for you to say. So, okay, have a seat. It's another new license.
Yes.
Uh,
I'm applying for the first one. For Weston.
and you're applying at Lynch's.
Yep.
And once again, you fill it out here, and there's a few things you didn't put it
They're
on
on the
there.
flip side.
They're on the flip side. Yeah, she penciled them in.
I did realize I did not put one incident that occurred. It was not intentional. It happened maybe 3 or 4 years ago in Waukesha. I was dating this not so nice guy. I went on a few dates, and I received an underage drinking citation about 3 or 4 years ago. I think maybe 2011, maybe. But I went over it, and I think that's honestly the only thing that I can recall that I might not have. Forgot to put on there.
How about the
Chair?
possession?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
It's all on there, isn't it?
I know,
I was just
what's,
looking.
that was,
a little.
that was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, all back in my high school
And
days.
what's, was it, it just caught you in the car with it, or what?
In the car.
Mr. Chair,
Alden Weigel.
you know, Kayla, I guess the disconcerting part is drug possession, and then I'm counting 1, 2, 2 underage, and an OWI. Okay, underage, that shows that 3 years ago you didn't care about the liquor laws, right?
3 years ago, I was in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a lot of dumb stuff that you regret from high
Okay.
school.
How about this July? You have a pending
Traffic.
OWI.
Oh, that I was charged but not convicted.
Conviction is pending, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're charged and you still have a court date coming up.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you're not in high school anymore.
No, I am not.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Alden Rowe.
I guess I'm gonna move for approval just because she was pretty candid with us. Not completely, but enough, so move for approval if there's a second.
Yeah, is there a second?
I mean, this is everything for me. This is my life. I pay my rent, my bills. I pay back my student loans with this. I'm saving so that I can hopefully go back to college for nursing at Bryant and Stratton.
Being that there's no second, do I have another motion?
Move for denial based on the record.
And I'll second that. It's a very extensive record, especially for such a young person.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
No.
Motion carries. And once again, this is going to the full council. Later on tonight, so it'll be 9 people probably that'll be voting on this. Okay?
Okay.
So, sorry. That's it.
Luciano Saragusa. I gotta do the translation.
Saragusa? Saragusa, okay, you can do that.
Very good.
Another new bartender's license. Okay, so you put down, matter of fact, you put down more than we even had. So, same thing twice.
Mr. Chair,
Alden Weigel.
in '09, you have a possession of THC in Milwaukee County. Can you tell us what that was about?
Let's see. In '09, so
This
yeah, just a
February.
little bit of weed in the car. I think that was 2 times and one. It was 2 different offenses kind of grouped into the one court date.
What's a little bit of weed?
3 grams.
Is that a little bit? Oh, I forgot my metric. Is that like a joint or?
That's
3
like
grams?
2 joints.
It's like 2 joints.
Good look at you
Personal
for the
use.
That's not,
expert.
that's personal
I
use.
mean, yeah, not distribution.
Not dealer.
I guess I'm a little disconcerted that you know the 3 grams is 2 joints, so readily.
I mean, that's. I
Everybody
should
knows
know. I
that?
mean, I have a ticket
I
that
know
says
now.
I should
I
know,
know
so.
now.
Okay, so,
Uh,
have a motion?
Mr. Chair,
okay.
one other
Alderman
thing.
Weigel.
Also, it says you were arrested, West Dallas picked you up on another department's warrant. It looks like on, like Thanksgiving 12.
Yes, it was, maybe it was around that time. What happened was, I got pulled over because I had a noisy car.
So it was a traffic-
A
it was-
crappy,
yeah.
crappy car. I got
That was
pulled
the
over
improper
because of
motion.
my exhaust. And then, I had a warrant for failure to appear to court in Manitowoc, and that's because Manitowoc sent the paperwork to the address that was on my ID, although I told them that was no longer my current address, and to send it to my mother's house, who actually still lived in Manitowoc.
What was the
County.
Manitowoc court date about?
Also possession.
Oh, this-
I believe that's what it was about, possession, yeah, Manitowoc, yeah.
Yeah, so that's 2 possessions.
Well, he's got 2 written on his front.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have, there's one when I was
That'd have been
16.
12.
There's 2 from when I was 18, and then that Manitowoc is number 4.
For possessions?
And that's when I realized I probably should just stop doing that. So.
Why wouldn't it,
I don't
why
know.
wouldn't ours pick that up?
That's the,
If he was 16 for the first 2,
yeah.
that might not show up.
How old are you
It
now?
depends on how it's
20.
supposed to. And if they don't roll him at that time, the rolls prints, sometimes it doesn't get into the system.
Mr. Chair, I'll move approval.
Do I have a second?
So there's 3 or 2?
Well, he's saying there's 3, we have 1. He's saying there's 3, you wrote 2 on
More than we
here.
need to know.
What? I
You're
know.
kind of screwing yourself.
Well, but
Well,
he's being
But you're being
forthcoming.
candid. I
Right.
like him, but I do
Okay,
like.
but,
I'm gonna second based
Okay.
on that.
okay, now, further discussion.
This is gonna be another long discussion on the council floor tonight.
Okay, motion is for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We oppose? Motion carries.
There you go.
Okay. And
4-0 came out here.
perfect. I just have one more question. Should I still be staying around for the second meeting? Or?
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saw that. Yeah, I know.
He's saying yes, that you
No,
don't
I'm
need to
talking
stay
to
there.
no, you don't need to
Yeah.
stick. No,
Okay.
you don't need to.
All right.
When it comes out
You were
to
just
these
wondering
four-
about your address. It's rather a renowned address now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I know. I know.
You got new neighbors yet, or?
This is Andrew.
No, got a new fridge.
It's
It's tasteless. Okay, Scardina?
Vince or Sue Scardina. I don't
I
see
didn't
any
see him,
Scardinas in the house.
Okay,
Got a weekly visit.
let's hold that one. Then we have Susan Franzen.
Janice Faison.
Janet Friesen. Janet, okay. Well, Janet, just Janet Susan Franzen.
That's my middle name.
Okay, well, they put it on here, so. Okay, you seem to have a problem with underage people lately. They had 2 different cases of it.
Second one, he took a legal ID, but it
Okay.
wasn't, it was his brother's.
Yeah.
Could he show you?
We read the
picture?
police report.
Yeah.
You know, I guess my concern is if the police just hadn't been just doing tavern check, that kid might still be drinking there every night. I understand,
Could
you
he
know,
show
but-
you the pictures?
well, the police officer looking at it could tell immediately that that was his older brother's or someone else's ID. Police officer described it in the
His
police
brother.
report that I read, that he could tell that it was not the person who was carrying that ID. And the police report, if I remember correctly, said that when you check IDs, all you look at is the date. Okay, you're supposed to look at the picture too. Now, understand, we're not all, you know, and it's a bar, and hopefully you haven't been drinking, but, you know, that's part of the job, is to verify that the person holding the ID looks like the person in the ID. It's not just look at the date and do the math and go, oh yeah, he's at least 21. Okay, you need to look at that ID, you know, and that's something you need to instill in your staff. You know, it's not just look at the ID, as long as it is an ID, that's okay. No, you need to do a little more due diligence on that, so, which is why you got the ticket, and which is why you got the ticket.
You're not really a problem bar, but
No.
if this happens again or a couple more times, you know, then we're gonna have to look at it again. And you really gotta watch that stuff. So do I have a motion on this?
Move to place on file,
Second.
Mr. Chair.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Yeah. Get we call here. Hang on a second.
Carolyn Tomovich, is that,
Is that the one? Yeah.
number 84.
Unfortunately, Carolyn couldn't be here, she had a family emergency, but I'm Mary Jo Burback, I'm the owner. Is that acceptable, or?
So you own the building and she rents from you?
No,
You
no,
own the,
I
You
own the business.
It's in your name.
She's your
She's
manager.
the agent,
She's the
correct,
agent.
manager.
How much of the
It's
day-to-day
not a,
operations?
it's, I'm sorry?
How much of the day-to-day?
Quite a bit,
operations?
except you guys won't let me behind the bar, so I'm not behind the bar, but, I'm quite involved, actually, as much as she is. I do know about the incidents, there's no tickets issued, so I thought maybe tonight we could,
well,
it's certainly up to you though, obviously.
okay, we've been have a seat.
Okay.
Wait, and who are you, ma'am?
Abigail?
You're Abigail. Abigail Sindelar?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I'm Mary Jo Burback.
Yes. Okay, so,
Okay, right here. Right.
okay, then you're the one that didn't call the police with the gun.
Oh.
That's obvious.
You were bartending the night.
But we didn't know that incident was called in from down the road. A neighbor called and said he was outside waving a gun. We didn't know any idea that he had a gun or that there was anything
I
for that
wasn't aware
matter.
of any kind of threat made until an hour after the guy left the bar, the police came in.
Abigail, you were argumentative with officers and you were disrespectful with the officers on, or with the officers on scene and with the on-scene supervisor. Why?
And it says right here, she admitted to the altercation and that she was informed about the firearm. So now you're saying something different.
I was not informed. They came into the bar and they started there was a bunch of them and they came running through the bar, just ripping through everything, and everything was pretty calm, and I asked what was going on. And they wanted the bar license and the stuff, so I was getting them my bar
Oh, wait a
license.
minute.
Who's
The
they?
police
The
were
police?
ripping through the bar?
They came on fairly aggressively, looking obviously for somebody with a gun, which I was unaware about because I never knew that there was even a problem with a gun. There was a little bit of a scuffle between two customers and the one left immediately. Like the scuffle didn't even last 60 seconds and the guy was already out of the bar and leaving, so I didn't really feel like I needed to call the police because he just left.
So you haven't answered the question about why were you argumentative with officers? Why were you disrespectful to the on-scene supervisor?
I didn't really initially feel like I was. I felt like I was only asking like what was going on and what was going on, and they started giving me a hard time about my bar license because it was a temporary, because I had just applied for my
Bartenders.
for the new one, and they were and the date was on June 27th and the temporary was stating as of July 1st. And then he started telling me that he was going to shut the bar down, and I asked why he was going to shut the bar down, and then he said, I'll shut the bar down for the whole weekend, and I said, I think I should call the owner, and he then told me to put the phone down. And then escorted me outside and said that any time that there is any kind of altercations, I'm to call the police.
Which he's right.
And not in her defense, because she does know that, and sometimes I will say Abby does come off as a little more rude than she needs to be. She was, first of all, I understand the situation. They came in with someone with a gun. They were obviously there to protect everyone there and the community. I understand that. She was not aware of that. Nonetheless, she didn't really need to be aware of that, but, you know, they all come in, so she did kind of say, you know, what's going on, or can I help you? Maybe she was a little scared, maybe she was a little panicked. I'm not sure of her tone of voice. And I do know Abby, she does sometimes have the not proper tone of voice. Again, not in her defense, but that's where I think it all kind of came down to. They started butting little heads because she wanted to know why they were there. They didn't, you know, both, again, not that I'm saying it for, but again, I think it was just a kind of two people looking at a situation in different ways.
It is never acceptable for a bartender in this city to be argumentative with police officers and disrespectful to the on-scene supervisor. Never. It's not acceptable. It's not excusable.
You got to understand, police officers come walking in there, has a report of somebody with a gun. So, you know, the officer doesn't know what he's walking, he doesn't know if he's going to walk into and get shot, and then he walks into and finds you giving him a hard time.
She's had this lecture.
And so it just, you know, and according to this, you know, it says you admitted that you were informed about the firearm. And that's in the police report. And now you're saying, well, you didn't know about it. So
Did you know
it's
about
just,
the broken window?
yeah, that was a different.
Oh.
That was a different case. That was another one.
Oh, I'm looking at
Did you
What's
know
your
about the
thing,
firearm before the police came in that this guy had a, no, she didn't.
I did not know.
Well, all I know is that your bar is starting to become a problem. And,
I am aware.
What are
I'm
you,
very aware.
what are you gonna do to change that?
Well, a couple of things. I was going to be there a little more at night. Caroline does a lot of the days, so I will hang around a little more at night. One of the things I was going to approach you with is you have not allowed me a bartender's license, and I kind of understand that I have a few OWIs.
It's underlined where you were informed.
I maybe would like to redress the case of me possibly going to get a bartender's license, for one. Not that that's going to solve the problem, but I do plan on being there more, with or without the bartender's license.
So you got a problem bar and you want us to reward you. I mean, I don't understand that part.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
missing
you're right.
something
That's
here.
not quite how I meant
You know,
it,
I
but
just,
yes, I obviously need to be there more.
Are you,
at night?
I mean, when we read these police reports and people are falling down drunk, literally.
Are you talking?
Do your licenses, your bartenders know it's against the law for somebody with a license to serve with someone that's drunk? Do you know that?
I will say, a few people who have left our bar, we did not serve them, and then we, however, got, you know, the trouble for it because some incident happened after they left our bar. Just after, there have been quite a few people who walk into Tab 58 and do not get served. Yes, there are some that get
Yeah, you need to
overshared that
cut
may be
people out.
walking.
Okay.
Yes, I'm
And,
aware of that.
you know, maybe it's the things you tolerate, maybe it's the music you play, maybe it's how much you charge for a drink. I don't know, I've never been in there since you guys have been there.
Yeah, you can bring that up. You're gonna go further.
And it is, you know, I get, you know, I walk in, I'm the old lady, turn the music down a bit, you know, and I do. I am aware of, I've been doing this for like many years on the side, if not full time. So I do know the issues that need to be addressed a little bit further. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, we're gonna be watching very closely.
Okay.
And
I actually just had an
we
incident
get
last
we get
night.
another one of these, and we're gonna have you in there to revoking your license.
I understand. And I understand. It's like boom, 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 all in a row. And the broken
sometimes-
window was someone who was asked to leave and came back and punched our window.
And
You know, I mean, not again.
sometimes you have sometimes you draw a clientele that does things like this, you know, and so I don't know if that's the case here. All I know is that I'm seeing all these problems. I know I'm getting phone calls at home, and
Oh, really?
I don't appreciate
Well,
it.
and
I'm
that's-
the alderman of the district, so I will.
Sure.
So,
And I do, you know, and then you go, how do I, and I never want to, how do you, there's some people obviously you don't want in the bar, but, you know, does it cause more problems when you don't let some of those people in because you're a racist or you're, which is certainly not the case, it's just, I know that certain person is prejudiced.
if somebody comes in and they're drunk,
You know?
or, you know,
But I mean,
you
if
turn
they're
they're drunk,
not.
you don't have to serve them.
But if they're not,
drunk.
that's, you know, how do you do that? How do you get some of that clientele out that, I've been kind of pondering this
Cut
issue
them
in my
out,
head.
just kick them out. And none of this 30 days, no,
Right.
don't ever come back.
Well, and believe me, there's a little list in the back of people who are not ever allowed in that bar.
Mr. Chair.
Alderman,
Yeah, and following discussion, I don't think it's appropriate because of the notice requirements to have revocation of the bartender license of Abigail Sindelar today, but I intend to move for revocation of the bartender license of Abigail Sindelar at the next regularly scheduled meeting.
And you'll be called
Our
in
committee.
again. Okay. So just watch yourself and tell her to, Carolyn, you know, to really watch yourself. Do I have a motion?
Just place on
Place on
file.
file.
Right.
Second.
Thank you, gentlemen, and I do, and I'm aware, so.
All in
I'll
favor?
keep an eye on that.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
I apologize.
Did you note that? Okay, that's it.
Take this with me.
Yep, sure.
Yeah, you can. Note that, David.
What Alderman House,
Yes.
The dispatch call too.
Oh, take it.
Who's up?
Oh, geez. We had her now. Hang on a second. Well, I see they're together.
They're together.
We'll
87.
just call her next time, sorry. Yeah, we probably could. Melissa Martin.
Oh, yeah, we could have.
I'll talk to Scott.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was on the agenda. She was here on the agenda. I left here, but she was on the agenda.
Okay.
So we'll get to next time. Okay, so we had a problem.
Yes,
You know the rules,
I do.
and you know that when the police come in, you cooperated with them 100%.
Right.
You're the person that didn't cooperate.
You're
with
Lori Jones?
Yeah.
Yes. You're the person that didn't cooperate with them, and you are putting her license at jeopardy. You know the background on the place, you know that we're watching, and she's been doing okay
Yeah.
until this. And she has you to thank for this.
I don't
I
really,
didn't see a fight.
like,
They came and said there was a fight.
a lot of what's in the police report is contradictory of other things in the police report. I mean, all I
James and
know,
Courtney
all I
are
know
best
is what
friends.
she tells
One person
me.
can talk at a
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
All I know is what she told me. Up until, first of all, the fact that they let a patron secure my bar. Nobody called me. Nobody.
Mhm.
I think is ridiculous. Like, they arrest my bartender for being
Yeah,
there
that seems strange to me,
at
too.
2:01 a.m. for being there after hours when she legally can be there for 30 minutes after closing, correct? And then they let a patron secure
Secure
my
the bar?
which he
Yeah.
did not. I got a call from one of the tenants that live upstairs. Hey, something's going on. The back door is still open.
Well, that
There's
would have
money.
been, I would have,
But they arrested her. So what was she supposed to do? They took her phone, you know. That's my main concern.
yeah, that's
is-
interesting police procedure we need to look at. But how about video? Do you have video on there?
No, because normally we do. However,
Except for on this day, it wasn't working.
no, this is why though, because the power went out in that area a couple times within 3 weeks for numerous hours for whatever reason because of the construction of 59. And every time the power goes out, my cameras go back to January 1st, and if you don't reset them, which the power went out the day before and they weren't reset, my fault, but normally I do have video.
You could buy a battery backup for like $20.
Really?
Yes.
Good to know, thank you.
So are your cameras working now?
Yes.
The power's been out.
Yeah, the power hasn't come out in a few weeks.
Okay, so this is the one where the police found the person hiding in the back. And you didn't know the person was hiding in the back?
I took the cops back there because he was helping me get soda in the back. And James came and he was like, somebody's at the door. I said, stay here. I'm gonna go see who it is. And I didn't know it was the police. I opened the door, it's the police. And they like said that there was blood on the ground, so I'm like looking for blood. They asked for my bartending license, I go on back, they're like, what happened? I was like, I don't know, here, ask Courtney, and I took him back there.
Well,
Her court date for these tickets is tomorrow, so.
okay, well, do we have a motion on this at all? Any further?
Well, this is gonna be moved to place on
Right.
file, but this is,
Are you making that
you know,
motion?
yeah. I'll
Do
move.
I have a second?
Second.
All right.
Was there a band there that night?
No.
Okay.
No, just me and that guy.
I'm just.
No, it was just Wednesday.
And you have one person closing typically?
Yeah, well, James and Courtney help me close every Wednesday.
Well, and like
I don't know. I don't see a James or a Courtney in the police
James,
department.
Greg, and London. His nickname
Okay,
is Courtney.
there we go. That's James.
Yeah.
Okay.
I allow them to have their boyfriend or somebody stay with them while they close their girls. You know, it's safer. Otherwise,
Right.
there's 3 guys that live upstairs that they can call to come down and walk into their car
Well,
because I don't want
understand
them
that
leaving.
state law doesn't allow them on the premises. You may allow them on the premises, but the state law only allows employees
Even if they're not.
after hours. Yes.
Okay.
That's the state law. You're supposed to also have a list of your employees.
I do.
Including their names, both names, social security number, phone number, and address, I
You
believe.
just have their name and then a copy of their bartending and driver's license.
Okay,
in
so that the
bar.
police can verify that if they come into this situation, that they're actually employees.
Sure.
So, and this is always a tough one, because I understand the young lady closing a bar at night,
Right.
you know. But strictly speaking, they're supposed to be out the door at 2 o'clock, just like all the customers.
Okay.
You know, to say that happens everywhere in every bar in southeastern Wisconsin,
Right.
you know, I mean, I guess the good news was there wasn't drinks in the bar.
Right.
That's worst case.
Well, because they know, I mean, I tell them that they can't, and I do tell them to call the police if there's problems, if,
So didn't this punch get thrown in the bar?
but there's a witness that says he saw it happen outside. So if she was in the bar, how
Well,
would
that
she see it?
doesn't mean it didn't happen inside.
That's true,
right?
right.
Okay.
It could have
been
happened
2
in both
punches.
places. Right.
Right.
But it was a slap, according to the witness.
Outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And according to the witness that was inside, James Gregg, said it was a slap as well.
Okay, so I want to know where you were in the fight when the slap was thrown.
I then never
You
seen a
don't know-
slap.
So you don't know where you were.
There was 2 people in the back playing pool. James and Courtney weren't even there. It was the guy who.
The older racist.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, he was just him and I sitting. You know, I'm behind the bar and he's at the bar for like 2 hours. I was closing at 1. He was gonna closed out. I closed out his credit card at 1. 2 more people came in, went in the back to play pool. So I let him have another mini pitcher because I was going to stay open. I
Well,
closed
maybe that
out
was
his.
the point where maybe you shouldn't have served him. We're back
He
to
was
this.
fine. I mean, he
How
wasn't.
much did he have to drink at this point?
He had 2.5 mini pitchers in the 3 hours he was there.
So that's like a pitcher and a half? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't know what
pitcher.
your idea
What-
of a mini
yeah,
pitcher is.
a mini pitcher is just the small.
How many ounces is it?
It's
30.
20, 22. It's a little, it's like a pint glass and a half, and a pint glass is 16.
Oh, yeah, a
so
pitcher's like usually in
24.
the 60 range.
It's like
So it's
24.
less than half a pitcher.
Yes. It's like a big.
I didn't even know, like, James walked in, he was like, guys throwing up everywhere. I was like, well, get out. And he was the one, he was like, oh my, I need my credit card. Swiped his credit card at 155. The 2 people in back came out. There were 5 of them were standing there, going down the stairs. When I went back to grab the people's drink glasses and stuff, I came back. James and Courtney were like, how do you lock this door?
But so one of your friends slapped him or punched him. Or
He-
both. Right?
He's
That's the
not my
reality.
friend. I don't know his phone number.
Somebody
But,
she
but,
knows.
but he was
He's
close
a
enough to you
regular.
to help you close the bar.
He's a regular.
Yeah, he's her.
You know, that's getting a little sketchy.
Well,
her name on it,
James
too.
is my friend. Courtney, I
Didn't
just
have a license.
acquaintance.
Yeah, they did.
So-
But they
I'm
didn't say
done.
anything about revocation.
Okay, is there any further discussion? The motion is to place on file, all in favor?
Aye.
Gotta watch
I
it.
have a question. I
Yes.
know that. Okay, what can I do about this police leaving my bar open type thing? Like, can I file a complaint or something?
You wanna file?
I will start with the chief, bring
You
it up
gotta
with him
file it
first.
at the
Okay.
police department.
And or the police.
Okay,
Fire police
and I have a right to do that. Like,
Sure.
okay, you know what
Sure.
about it?
Sure.
If they did
Sure.
that to you, you'd be
Yeah.
upset.
I would.
Fire and Police Commission would.
Okay.
I'd start with the chief.
Okay.
Start with the chief, right?
Yeah.
Asking the
Yeah.
former fire police commissioner.
Yeah, that's right. You have 2 routes available to you to give you a further explanation. You can go to the chief or to the police and fire commission.
Okay.
And if you go to the police and fire commission, their first thing that they do with a complaint is they go to the chief and have the chief investigate it.
Okay.
So either one that you wish to do.
Okay. And I mean,
Okay.
it's not right that they did that, right? I'm not being like unrealistic
We
here.
weren't there, it's not for us to say.
Right,
Yeah.
but, okay. Thank you.
Okay, now we need to back up just a bit, because there was 2 police reports, we kinda discussed them together about.
Right,
about 50
Abigail,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, so I need another motion on the second, police
That's
report.
86.
86, yeah.
Move in place on file.
Each of two.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, now I'm gonna have to, Dan?
Is this the one?
Yeah, just gonna,
What number?
okay, number 88.
Oh, okay,
88,
this is the
Charlene
one.
Hart.
Okay,
Yeah.
Charlene Hart.
Okay, I gotta recuse myself.
Obviously, you're Charlene.
Yes.
Okay, and you know why you're here, right?
And who are you?
I am Mike Jonas.
Mike
another
Jonas?
member of the LLC, correct.
And you're who?
Partner? Mike Jonas?
Yes.
Okay. You sold to a minor.
I personally did not.
No, but
Yes.
the person that
store.
sold to a minor was a minor.
Correct.
And didn't have a
What's
license.
up with that?
It's my daughter who's visiting for summer from Las Vegas.
Doesn't matter, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
well, the person that was working in the store was in the back stocking. She thought she was being helpful. She has ever worked anywhere. I mean, she just took it upon herself. I ran to the bank for 20 minutes and left her there. Came back and I had a ticket. And it's really my responsibility.
She
I
never-
didn't explain
she
anything.
never
But
did
you're
this.
not the agent for the corporation. You're the agent.
Yes.
Right, so
but I mean,
You're
it's-
just a stockholder, so to speak.
It was his daughter.
It's
Yeah,
my daughter.
yeah.
I didn't explain anything to her. I just left her there, and I'm like, I'm going to be back in 20 minutes.
In
And,
Las Vegas, do they let unlicensed minors sell alcohol?
no, they do not. I believe
And if she's never done this before, how was she going to check
she
the
was
person
just
out?
well, she was just helping out. The person that worked for us was in the back stocking the shelves.
And where's that person?
Where she's not here. I couldn't get her here.
I mean, I got a couple questions.
Yeah, I got some
Wait.
answers.
Do you remember when you called me a couple times asking for a Class A license, and I suggested you go buy one, and that worked out.
Yeah.
You told me that you had a business model that was going to be different, and it was going to be a good thing. We're all going to be very happy. You're going to open several of these. Do you have several of these around?
Well, it's only been 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
What's-
looked at
what
a
is-
couple other buildings, but
What
yeah,
is the
nothing
business
started.
model, and you described it's going to be different. I think you might even use the word unique. Because honestly, I've been in there,
I haven't seen
That's
it.
not a nice store.
And, what do you
It's
mean by that?
messy.
It's messy.
Yes.
When?
Well, when I go in there.
I work, excuse me,
okay,
I work
the-
like a lot there, and I haven't seen you in there at all lately.
The Blue Rhino tanks outside?
And, yeah,
Okay, you know that's on city property? I
okay.
think you got a letter about that?
Jerry got a letter about that.
Whose tanks are they?
They're Blue Rhinos.
Yeah, and who has a contract with them? Jerry?
We don't have a contract. I mean, we
You
called
sell
them.
them.
When you sent us the letter, we contacted Blue Rhino. It was that during that propane shortage, and we told them that you guys wanted us to get rid of the
How about the
tanks.
ice machine?
The ice machine's been there forever.
Well,
I mean,
that doesn't mean it's, because that's actually sitting on city property.
But it's been there
I
forever.
understand that.
Like,
Okay.
I don't.
When Jerry had spoke to me about him receiving the letter, he said that whoever he got in contact with said that there are pictures that the city takes
Yeah.
by yearly, and that the ice machine had been there as far back as the pictures go, and that wasn't the actual issue. It was the Blue Rhino issue.
Okay, so
Yeah.
why is the Blue Rhino stuff still there?
We contacted them twice to remove the tanks. I mean, we don't really, honestly, don't even sell that many of them. It's not that big of a deal. They just have yet
What
to
about the
come.
empty soda shells, the soda cases?
That's like a weekly delivery. I mean, the guys come every week and pick
But
them up.
You're not supposed to be storing your stuff on the city sidewalk.
I had them behind the building, and I don't know what happened. There's like, if you go behind the building, there's
Does
a
the
little
soda
hill,
delivery
and
come
then
when you're
there's a
closed?
fence. No.
No, so you could store those inside.
Yes, I could.
Yeah.
I could find room in the back.
There
to
you
store
go.
'em.
There you go.
That's not a
start.
problem. We can. I mean, we have a garbage can out there. We have weekly garbage service. Every morning we're picking up all this clutter. And
So let's get back to this,
all right.
I still want to know how you had an employee let a 17-year-old. Were you so you weren't there? You were at the bank.
Correct. I ran to Landmark on National and
So,
came back.
And your employee didn't know you were gone, or
No, I told him I'd be back in a little bit. And the way
the
the store
employee
is-
knows your daughter's 17?
Yeah, correct. And this way the store is set up is there's like
Yeah,
a
I
little
know.
thing
Yeah.
in the front,
Yeah.
and there's a long thing in the back.
Yeah.
And she was back there grabbing some of the beer, stocking it up, and Alexis just thought she was being helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, we've passed every other test, like the cigarette test. I mean,
So-
all of our people are licensed with
She's the agent.
correct.
You're doing all the talking.
We do. Well, she can talk.
Do you have anything to do with running the business?
Yes.
Because, as the agent, you're responsible.
Yes.
Okay. Just doesn't seem that way.
Well, if you look at the percentage of the LLC, how it's broken down. I mean, she's the agent.
I don't
she's
care
the
about that,
spokesperson. Well,
Yeah.
percentage-wise.
She's the agent. She's supposed to
Okay.
be responsible for running the business.
Okay, got it.
That's it.
Is there a motion?
I move to place on file.
Second.
Hang on now. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you, Mick, now. Hox was the mover and White way at the bottom.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
alphabetical.
All in favor?
Aye.
I vote present.
Okay, and he was present. Okay. Oh, present. All right.
That's okay, I put Trump too.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, that was good.
Thank you, guys.
What does that mean?
Oh, right now?
Yes.
It's just place
it's on
on
the file.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just place it.
Can I have that?
He
Just
didn't
don't let it
sign
happen again.
He didn't sign it.
Can't believe it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Have a good
Full
night.
appreciation for making
Jonathan
nice share.
Ringstorff?
Here you go, Alderman.
Okay, this is a renewal.
Correct.
You know why you're here? Normally we don't call people in for a renewal.
I mean, I haven't had any new charges since the last, since my original. I think it was
22614?
pending. Yeah, that's why there was a case pending, I guess, which I wrote down in my previous, when I originally got my bartender's license. DUI.
Wait a minute, when you originally got it?
Yes, it was in the process of going through the courts.
Okay. You say the one from,
Yeah.
Yeah, and our police report stated 8/20/13. That's the
Yeah.
problem,
okay, right.
right? You're looking at
It
the
says
copy. of the
220,
police
well, it says here, 22614 OWI.
That's when I went
Yeah.
to court and settled everything, yes. No contest.
Okay, so, and that's why you're here.
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure, I guess.
Well,
I haven't had anything.
did we ask you
talked about this.
Did we talk about the Schedule 1 and Schedule 2 narcotics in
Yes.
11?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought we
I
did.
think you brought in all the.
And
Yep.
that was,
Yep.
okay.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Move to place on file.
No, it's an
This is
approval.
this is
Oh.
license.
Move for approval, I'm
You
sorry.
want to okay them, right?
Yeah.
Second.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Oh, my,
the thing about the OWI is, we know that you made some bad choices for yourself on that.
Yep.
And when you're bartending, you've seen us before, telling these, you cut people off. You know, there will be times you're making that choice for your customers, and you
Yep.
need to make that choice. And you might blow the tip, and the guy might get pissed, and she might be cute, or whatever it is, but you're gonna have to sometimes make that choice for your customers.
Absolutely. All right.
okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Elma Fry.
You get an easy one, though.
We have a new application.
Yes.
Larry Michaels. Got a few problems there, not much. Okay, an OWI.
So you heard what we were talking about here tonight, about carding people, calling the police. I guess you have a dismissed charge of an ignition interlock device tampering. Refusal to submit the chemical test in 12, and then
OWI.
January 13.
That's the reason why I had to get that put into my truck.
Right.
I was never belligerent with the cops. I was just
No,
afraid that
no.
night, so that's
My-
why they.
My point is, you agreed to have that device put in your truck? That was part of your agreement, right? And then you tried to defeat the device?
No, the thing is that this is when I was working out in Muskego. I held a bartender's license out there. I was coming home and they didn't allow us to drink, and I didn't want to after getting in trouble in the first place. I got pulled over by a Muskego cop. I didn't have it in my truck yet. I was gonna get it that Monday. I got pulled over that Friday.
Oh, you were ordered to have it
I
installed by a
didn't have it
certain
in-
date, and
I
you didn't have
in
it
there yet.
installed.
But I did get in trouble for that, and I
Which
got
is-
it immediately installed on that Monday.
Yeah, it's saying it's dismissed. My concern was that you had it installed and you found somebody to blow it in for you or whatever you're trying to.
No, I never
defeat.
did that.
Okay.
No.
That was my concern.
No.
So, and you heard what I just said to this previous gentleman about bartending
Mhm.
and making that choice, and at least on one occasion, you made some bad choices for yourself.
Took me 41 years to get arrested.
So don't say it like that.
I know.
That sounds like you've been doing it for 41 years.
No.
And you finally got caught.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like. So.
No, I mean, I was never a troublemaker or anything like that, and now I learned my lesson, and either if someone pick me up or I just take a cab.
Okay. Did I have a motion on this?
Oh, move for approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
You're good to go?
That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Christina Mulholland? Christina?
Krista Mulholland.
Krista Mulholland of
Where'd I get Christina? I don't know.
St. Francis.
No? Okay, we'll hold that one. Yeah, that's the first one.
Greenfield.
Greenfield.
Okay, now we got a.
Oh, the other one says St.
Oh, that's her
Francis
old
Island.
address. That's her old address.
Yeah.
I was looking up her old address.
Okay. Kristen Wallert? Wallert? Okay, we have another new application. This is at Applebee's. You have the one OWI.
You heard what we told everybody else?
Yeah.
You've been sitting there listening intently?
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, move for approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Frederick Glatz. Another new application. GR's National Pub. Okay, oh, that's right. I got a phone call on this one. Bartending over here. Have you bartended before?
South Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Funny, it says that here.
It also
Long
says
night.
2002 in Wauwatosa.
Yeah.
That was a temporary license, and then it was.
No, it was the
oh,
cocaine? What
possession,
was that
yeah.
about?
It was a misdemeanor charge. It was a stupid night too. A bunch of people I don't even talk to anymore had a little bit of stuff on me. They all did it up, and I was the one that got busted for it.
And how did you come to get caught, I guess?
Somebody
doing lines on the bar,
No,
or-
somebody called and said that they were seeing some activity going on, and they called, and then they came. By the time they got there, everything in that little bifold was gone, and all they got me for was a misdemeanor.
And where'd that happen?
Buffalo Wild Wings. This was after I was employed there.
So you were in BW3s as a customer
Yeah.
doing that.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I have one question. When's the last time you used any illegal drugs?
Not since then.
I move approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mary Louise L. Okay, you're
A new operator at Just Mary's, is that why you bought it? matches or what? Or is this just a change?
This is change.
Just a change, yeah.
Yeah, I've had it for 5 years, and the woman upstairs, the lady who owned it, she passed away. Now they're selling it, and so I wanted to hold on to
Oh, that's
my-
right. You wanted to keep the license,
Right.
but not
Yeah,
open it up. So
right.
there's no business plan or anything, and not really.
Not there, but we're looking somewhere else.
Oh.
And I heard if I give it up, I might not get another license.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
wanted to hold on to it a little bit until my husband and I are looking for something maybe with a grill.
Fair enough.
It's always better with food.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, I move approval.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second. Oh,
Further discussion?
discussion.
Can we, I don't see the city attorney here. Can we do this? I mean,
She's applying for a license, I can't see why not.
but we're approving them with no business plan. Even though you're not gonna open
Not at that location.
at that location.
Right.
And before you could open at a new location, you'd have to come in and reapply for a transfer and all that stuff anyway. You understand
Right.
that?
They told me that, but they told me to reapply for this one so that I had a license,
Yeah.
not to drop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're telling us you're not gonna open up that location?
Not at that location.
Okay. So you can't have a private party, you can't say, oh, my niece is,
It's already up for sale, and I leased it. I didn't own it. So all my stuff is out of there. I just wanted to apply for license in case I find something. We're kind of looking for something else, like I said.
But in the license,
I'm not your lawyer, but in your
Yeah.
lease, does it say you can take a license with you?
It's my license,
It's
yeah.
your license,
Mhm,
okay.
mhm.
okay.
She wanted to buy it for me for $250 or something, and I don't want to give it up because, like I
Okay,
said,
does city ordinance have to be open for so long though?
I don't know.
60 or 30, and do you know anything?
Within 60 days, they need to open or come back to the committee
And explain to
and
us.
explain
Okay.
why they aren't open.
That's what I was going to ask you too. So it's only good open for 60 days, and then I have to, if I don't do something.
You don't
I
make a
can-
deal, we're gonna call you, we may call you back in.
Okay.
Usually, that we call back in based on a complaint or automatically?
Usually we ask them to come back in
Yeah,
60 days.
yeah.
Okay.
So, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you guys. Good night.
Thank you.
Let's see, Charles Hastings.
Hi.
Okay, hello. You're gonna be taking over?
Yes.
Okay, have you ever done this before?
Yes, I currently own 6 taverns.
Mr. Hastings?
Yes.
Your application shows a patio in back. Are you gonna be applying for a beverage alcohol service out there?
Yes.
Is that key to your business plan?
You know, I think with people smoking, that it's a good place to let them go,
Well,
to go outside.
Because I'm telling you, I'm likely gonna not support that on the Alderman district. I think it's just too close to that duplex in the alley. That's
Okay.
right there. I'm asking you, I'm telling you this
The
now.
reason, what I was thinking at this point is if I fence that area in, I've had some other businesses where it's sometimes better to fence them and than to let them step outside and smoke on the city sidewalks. So
well-
I think this could be something that would be, if you tell me no, you tell me no.
Well,
but I would do it only for the betterment of the
I'm
area.
just letting you know that if having beverage alcohol outside in the patio is a crucial part of your business
It's
plan.
not crucial,
Okay.
but I want to be a good neighbor
Yeah.
and I want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So I'll work with you on that, but I don't think it's good to just let people step out into the sidewalk.
Well,
I'd
I
rather
think-
put them in a contained area.
Well, this is a discussion for another
Okay.
time.
Yeah. But I'll go with your direction on it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, this is for another time.
That's fine.
But I just want to let you know. So
It's
that
not
you-
crucial.
You don't go through the deal and
No.
you're going, oh, but I thought I could do the patio. And then,
I put that on there because as I looked at the property and what was behind it, I could clean the area up, and I felt that I can.
well, you're cleaning the
contain
area up
some
regardless.
things.
We would love to buy the parking lot next to us.
We're trying to find the owner, but we
Ultimately.
can't
don't
get
know
I don't
who
think
the
that's a
owner
parking
is.
lot. That's part of that duplex, isn't it?
That's
It's a separate
what
parcel
The planner was.
that they tried to sell at one time, and I even had a number on it, but we can't get the person.
Well, and
I
I'll
don't
be
think-
honest with you, there, I wouldn't support that for beverage alcohol either.
I want it for parking lot,
Okay,
so
I
I'm not
understand
looking to do, but I would clean the whole corner up beautifully if I could
Well, you're
get that
cleaning up the
piece.
backyard regardless.
Right.
Whatever happens,
Mhm.
patio or no, you're still gonna clean it up. Because it's a weed mess back there.
Yeah. Well, if you go to look at my other businesses, they're all clean and run very professionally.
Yep.
So.
Do you have any here in town?
I do not.
Not in West Dallas,
Not
but
in West Dallas.
he's got a bunch in southeast Wisconsin.
Okay.
And ma'am, who are you, please?
I'm the director of communications. I'm Sarah Murphy, and I kind of compiled the documents for the license application.
Thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion on this?
I'm gonna move approval, but I have some questions.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Go ahead.
Second. Further discussion?
On your application, on your business plan, public entertainment forum, you put down amusement machines, how many? 5. And then under other, you put down Golden Tee golf arcade game. Well, those should be up under amusement. Doesn't mean video poker.
I assume that's what it meant, because those are usually the ones in other cities that I have to get a license for.
Yeah.
The other.
They're all licensed the same.
Okay.
You're not going to have patron contests. You're not going to have, you didn't check patron contests. You're not going to have any patron contests, correct?
Can you tell me what a patron contest would be?
Well, yeah, trivia.
I guess at some point I might ask for that.
Well, you should think about these when you fill the application out.
Okay, then I'd like to check that box, please.
And you're not going to have dancing.
No.
Okay. So, if people are dancing in there, you might get a ticket.
So literally, if
People start dancing, you're supposed to stop them.
okay, then I guess
you might
I'm
wanna,
dancing too.
I guess the question is,
I
Our
didn't
intention
realize I
was to
don't have a
not throw
dance
up
floor.
any red flags because it's
your
not our
intention
intention
should
to
to-
open a dance club.
yes, we understand that, but the intent, you should be filling out the application accurately.
So literally, if there's not a dance floor and somebody gets up and just wiggles.
It's not about
it
having a
over-
dance floor. You don't
Okay,
need-
then I guess,
Yeah.
as I read this and I see license required, I would have thought that meant I would have a DJ or a band or a dance floor. I didn't think that meant if somebody is just dancing at their bar stool, but
Well,
I'll ask for
DJ
it
and
then.
band are already two separate things.
Then I would like to ask for a dance floor too, please, then.
Okay.
Or not a dance floor to allow patrons
You
to
want to
dance.
allow dance, yeah.
Yes.
Now, I guess the question for the clerk's office is, can he just amend this application right here, right now?
No, you would need to come in and amend the original that we have in the office.
And we could still approve this.
You could,
So-
or you could have it come back.
You
Even
don't-
if they
you don't have
didn't
a problem with
reappear, you could have the application come
With
back.
with the dance?
I don't have a problem with the dancing going on. If you're gonna, you said you didn't want to set up any red flags. Is there something else that's gonna go on there that might set off a red flag that you didn't check?
Well, no, but I think I'm going to assume that every bar that's in West Dallas has marked the patrons dancing, because
I don't know.
otherwise they'd be shut down, because anytime a cop walks in, somebody is going to be dancing.
I don't know what every bar is.
I own bars, so I know. So.
Yeah.
But I would like to then request patron dancing and patron contests. I will not be doing any poetry readings or theatrical.
Sure? It's coming back.
I'm pretty sure. So let's just, if I could, please allow me to amend for patron and
I don't,
dancing and contests. I
just want
appreciate
this
you
to be a
pointing it
complete and
out.
accurate application.
That's fine.
Okay, just, you said that they have to, why do they have to come and file that again? Does it go through?
To amend,
Yeah.
just to amend the documents during regular business hours. It's like, but you don't
Okay.
have to have it come back to the committee.
No, no.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you
I'm not trying
wanted
to drag
to,
this
you
out.
could. Yeah, I don't-
And-
that's- that's my- that was
And
my
you're not
point.
gonna have disc jockeys or karaoke either.
No.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Did we answer patron contest as to what that is?
Well, trivia. Trivia would be one of them.
And he
that's,
said yes.
that's pretty big.
Mud wrestling.
Mud wrestling would be a patron contest, yeah. Mud wrestling's a patron contest. Jello
You've
wrestling.
been to Milwaukee Harley, I take it?
No.
No, but we, and that's the. And,
So is that gonna be going on then?
Yeah, and that's,
No.
and that's a good question, because we've heard your ads, and honestly, the way you portray at least one of your businesses, I don't want to see on 72nd and National.
I think you're going to be very happy with what you see. It'll be an improvement to the whole area. I promise you that.
And you heard about cooperating with the police and everything too?
You can check with any police department that I'm associated with, and as a matter of fact, some of them have access to my cameras, where they don't even have to ask me. They
Right.
can
Yeah,
just
we
go
do that
right
with
on
some
and look.
people.
We've done that.
There's
And
a
I'm fine with
list
that,
of
'cause I run great
municipalities you
businesses.
can refer to.
And is that
all
gonna-
of whom we have great standards.
Is that
Take a
gonna
look at that real quick and you can pass it along.
is that gonna be made available to our?
That's
Same
right on
system?
the back page
Okay.
of the application, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
South
we do.
Milwaukee, Germantown, Erin, Wisconsin, Richfield, Wisconsin, the city of Milwaukee.
You're not putting together a little weekly poker rally route, are you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there will be bikers that come
Yeah.
through, but I mean, I don't have a weekly route schedule.
Now, if we enforce our noise ordinance about motor vehicles, is that gonna be a problem?
Not any more so than it would be for any other business.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Now we
Did you
have
buy the building already, or are
Hans-
you waiting on this?
No, I bought it.
Hans Anderson. This is for night guard. I assume he's not even here.
No.
But it doesn't really matter.
Move the place on file.
Great, thank you.
Okay, do I have a second on that?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, Dan, you really should take these over then too. But
This
they're
is
kind of-
ours
yeah, they're kind of out of order. I don't know how,
Are they still alphabetical on here?
no, well, number wise. Okay, I
Who
can't.
are we calling out? Timothy Sarnecki and Ronald Melentine?
Yeah. Okay, I just make it clear to everybody, I know Tim a lot of years, so that's why I'm sitting out here.
And you're transferring your application to the Shakey's Pizza site?
Correct.
Okay.
Did you own the building on Beloit?
I not own it, but the bank owns it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I do own the building.
And with the licenses in your name, with no, and you're all square with us, you don't owe any taxes.
Right.
And license, and we're transferring the business to him essentially, and he's gonna move the business over
He's
there.
gonna move it out there where
He
Shakey's
owes
used to be.
PPT taxes.
Okay.
There's no problem.
You know,
He
That's
owes
yeah.
like 200 and some dollars.
He has to come.
Are you aware of that?
Okay. I didn't hear what you said.
You owe personal property taxes yet, about $200.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Okay, so this transfer won't go through till that gets paid.
Okay.
And also, we don't know what your business plan is for up at Shakey's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I just got the building just literally 2.5 weeks ago. So I just purchased it, but I'd say, I kinda, go to the Choice in, Entertainment or Eatery and Entertainment. Basically what it's gonna be, food, it's gonna be bands, I'm gonna have dancing there, and it's gonna be an upper scale type of eatery place.
What would you say your percentage of food versus alcohol would be? Sales?
Probably 50-50 around.
Do you have any background in the food or bar business?
Sure. I own the Lodge in Cudahy. I've owned that for 4 years.
And what's your split there? Your person.
We just put a kitchen in just recently, so it's about 50-50 right now. I own Mike Keegan's Field of Dreams. I just put a kitchen in there. That's in New Berlin. And I own several different businesses in the community.
I think the problem that we have is, we have this process where we approve licenses that include a business plan, and we have no written business plan. I don't think anybody here has a problem transferring his license to you, but until we see something in writing from you, I can't vote to approve it.
Yeah, I was never asked that had to be a requirement just to transfer the license. I do have to go through another whole process
Right.
of going through the whole thing. I'm just before I start sticking.
You want to
thousands-
know that you're going to get the license.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
We had a
basically-
young lady here earlier tonight too. The idea is, there was nothing in your background that would preclude me from voting in the affirmative for you personally for the license, not having seen your business plan. I don't know, again.
Well, I can tell you it's going to be a definite upper scale.
Yeah, there's what you can tell us,
We're
and
told
that's
a
what
lot
you're
of
going to put in
things.
writing. That's why you're going to have a written business plan before you get.
Which is fine. All I'm asking is, can you give me the liquor license for that location subject to my approval? I mean, I just want to know I'm going to get that liquor license before I start. My architects alone, just the loan for
everything
that's
costs
going to
money.
be
Yes,
$4,000.
I get that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't plan on going in here. I was in here 2.5 years ago. I've been trying to buy the
Remember,
Shakey's
yeah.
building for years, and I'm a upmost business person. I own several different businesses. I do everything straight by the book. You can call the city of Cudahy. We've never even had an incident. And across the street we have a problem. I won't mention the name of the bar. There's nothing but problems there. We keep them out. I listen to these people up here, and to be honest with you, I shake my head sometimes. I'm like, how do they even get in these situations? Well, you can control your clientele. It's strictly based on what you allow in there. But yeah, I'm just, like I say, I'll work with you guys. I work with all the other municipalities very well.
Well, we won't take any action on this, right? We can wait till we get your plan. Does that sound?
I just have a deal.
Are you satisfied that if we hold this, are you still going to go forward with your plan? I mean,
And we can get you at our next meeting, which is
on the 15th.
On the 15th. That might be too quick for you to turn around.
No, or is it the 18th?
18th. No, we're having a special meeting about the hotel in August.
That's gonna be one long special meeting.
We just keep piling
Just
stuff
2
up.
items, that's all.
I mean, I guess what I'm saying is I have a deal worked out with Timothy. I need to pay him, but it's just like we're all kind of, I don't know, the business plan as far as the
We don't know what's going in, is what we're trying to tell you.
Yeah, and I
You
understand.
can tell us, because this has happened to us before, where
I
it's gonna be
agree.
the nicest place, and then, we might as well put our police substation at the bar, because they're there all the time.
Yeah. What you need is an architect to draw up exactly what I plan on doing with the building.
Even some sketches,
We
some
need
floor
your written
plans.
out business plan that every other bar fills out.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and I came up when we were talking with the licensee people. I said, there's just no way I'm going to have all that done right away in order to do this. I just want to feel secure that I'm able to get this liquor license. I've been working with Tim now for a while, and it's like, it's
Well, it
going to
hasn't
be...
been that long, it's been about a month since.
Well, a month. Well, for me,
But
3
you-
years for trying to buy this building, and I took a risk, and I bought this building anyways, just because I know that what I'm going to do to it, compared to my other businesses, I'm going to make a nice business out of it.
But again, we can't approve it without a written plan. So you
I wish they would have told me that from the beginning. That you wouldn't approve just switching the liquor license over.
Well, again, if we had the city attorney here who could tell me, there's a difference between granting and issuing, right?
Yes.
What's issuing is,
Granting is saying, yeah,
So
we'll
that-
give you a chance to get your license.
Yes, that's what he's
Issuing
asking for, is
Is
issuing is-
completing all the steps.
so he's asking if we would grant him the license.
You could do that. Contingent on.
Subject to.
Subject to.
Seeing a satisfactory written business
Satisfactory.
plan.
Or
Here
you
comes our
could
city
agree,
attorney.
you could approve to transfer the license and then hold until he brings in a plan of operation.
I will
And the
move.
issue of property taxes paid up too.
Yes, yeah. Well,
Mhm.
Personal, yeah.
So I'm gonna make that motion.
Okay.
And I'll
Which is
second
to
it.
grant? Okay, they're
Okay,
still
so we're gonna
alphabetical.
approve the motion to approve the transfer.
So he was the mover.
I think we're gonna have
And
a city attorney.
Seconder.
So, transferring a license from one tavern closing to the Shakey's property, he has no written business plan for us yet. But he wants to make sure that at least the license is there for him. So we're transferring, but not, and granting, but not issuing?
Well, what I would do is transfer from one property to the other, subject to you getting all the proper things, including the submitted business
Yeah,
plan and all the other things that are conditioned, Shakey's being inspected and passing all the inspections.
And the taxes.
Right, all the requirements that we have, just make it subject to that.
Okay.
Subject to necessary requirements.
Yes.
Problem solved. There you go.
You moved.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
That's why he makes more than we all.
So
All in,
Items there.
all in favor?
Aye. Wait, we
Aye.
need a second though.
No, you seconded.
Oh, well, I did a good job. Aye.
So did they remember?
Okay, so I'm okay to pay him now, and then I just have to go through my proper process.
And that was on 97, 98, and 99.
But subject to us approving your plan
Yes.
and all that
Yes,
stuff, I mean.
I will work with you guys.
Yeah.
I'll work with
If you
you.
come in and you say you want to do something we don't,
Yeah,
wouldn't approve of, we're not going to approve it.
right.
I'm trying to think of something.
But I mean,
And I just can't see it.
yeah, I get it. But in my heart, I know that that location
That was
has that liquor
97,
license,
98,
that
and
address.
99.
Because that was
would
a.
need to be placed on
I mean,
file.
2.5 years ago, I tried to buy this, and that location did not have a liquor license. What can I do? I can't do anything. And then you guys
Placed
said,
on file.
we're not gonna be
POR.
giving liquor licenses
Right.
out anymore.
Moratorium.
So I did what I went through the proper
Because this
steps
is
so
Timothy's
far to
renewal
get it.
application, so
Okay.
he's not getting his
I'm glad
renewal.
you're here. Wago moved. Is there a second? I'll second.
Can I ask a question?
Not yet.
Okay, let me know when I can.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Present? Oh, this is just for the license plate.
This is for his renewal application that's being
Right.
placed on file.
Yeah, I'm present.
Okay, he's still present.
Present. Okay, what was your question, Alderman White?
That wasn't my question, it was his.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay.
So rudely told you to, wait a minute.
Yeah, he'd be rude to me. He wouldn't have been there.
What I was going to ask was just what Tim here. Now it transferred to me. Does he? Can he just pay a transfer fee to both to me because I'm paying for all the current licenses for the new location?
As far as what?
That doesn't matter to us as long as the city fees are paid for.
Right.
It doesn't matter to us who
pays the
pays
fee?
that, where the money comes from.
Yeah, but my question is with this, he have to pay another whole thing?
No, his renewal is placed on
Oh,
file.
this is
We
the
didn't
same
renew
thing,
his.
Okay,
Right?
that's my question.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
This is the,
97 was
yeah, this is the application to transfer it, so you could approve that,
Okay.
not subject to necessary requirements, which means the taxes and whatnot. SNR.
Should have told me
Do
that
you,
before I had
it's
subject
all right.
all filled out.
Do you want to hold the new application until
Sure.
he submits his plan of
Yes,
operation and
yeah,
everything? So
Okay.
this just hold,
Okay.
okay. And come and see us at the clerk's office to get all your plan of operation paperwork.
I will.
Yeah, I'm present on the other one too.
My main concern was just that my
No,
address had that.
that you have the license.
Personal property.
Thank
we
you.
do have to-
You can catch
You
us,
guys
yeah,
can
during the hours, yeah. It's not that.
Again,
it's
Mick, I
small.
really
It's too
appreciate it.
under-
Yeah, you guys.
Okay.
No wonder you
that's
flip
Okay.
out when we're going through this motor home or mobile home.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is Chad Clausing here? Or Scardinas, I don't see. I think there was somebody else. Christina Mulholland? Nobody? Okay. Then, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
We're skipping
Discussion?
the discussion items.
Yeah, it's late. What was the
Okay.
discussion items?
Music at 6,500 and scheduling
Oh,
of a
65.
public hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back up.
Yeah,
I called her in too.
yeah.
Okay.
Lisa Branson.
Lisa Branson. See, I'm looking at folders and I
You're
just
looking at her and you're going,
looking at. Well, yes. No.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa. Problems. Hearing problems. I'm getting emails constantly. When you came in front of us, we told you the problems that we had in the barn and in the neighborhood, and we don't want that. I got a problem. It said, you know, with the noise coming out of the bar. Now you got to understand, you're right across the street from senior housing, and you got to keep those doors closed. And then I received a call that your clients were walking down the street smoking drugs. I realize it's just nobody got arrested or anything from it, but there's a pattern here that we've seen in the past. And a lot of it goes back to the type of music it's playing, attracts young people. Unfortunately, young people spend a lot of money, but they also cause a lot of problems. I don't want to be getting these. Or is it, we're going to be calling you in front of us again?
I have talked with the neighbors down the block about their concerns, and I've told them that me and my business partner will make it a point to be outside more. I talked with Mark, I don't know his last name, but I know he lives down the street. And we had
to the north of you?
Yes. Yep. And so I did talk with him, and then the neighbors that were next to him, I don't know their names, so I've talked with them, and I gave them my phone number, the bar's number, and I told them if they ever have any problems, they can give
Just call you.
give a call. And we had some issues, I know, one night with patrons opening the windows when we had everything closed. And so that was, I know that was an issue. We are gonna take the little cranks off, yeah. So that, because if we do have a band or, DJ or anything like that, we keep everything closed.
And like I said, it's, DJs have been a problem for us too, so
Okay.
just keep them in order, so.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
Alderman Haas.
Yeah, and we tell all our bartenders and all of our license holders, make sure if there's trouble to call the police. Now, we're telling you here that we have our eye on you. We don't want you to have any troubles, but don't use this as a reason to not call the police.
Yeah.
Oh, if I call the police, then I'm going to get in trouble with license and health again.
Okay.
And no, we still want you to call the police. We want you to avoid the problem to begin with.
Instead of having your neighbors call the police, so.
Instead of having the neighbors call the police.
Okay, this is just a discussion item, so we really don't place it on file.
No,
We
just
have-
discussed.
It's just something here. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for coming
Thank
in.
you. Yep.
The other thing was discussion relative to scheduling a public hearing to exceed the Class B liquor quota for the Hampton Inn. I've been asked that we have before they even apply for the license, that we have the application for it. Just the Hampton Inn would like to know that they can get a license ahead of time. And so, which would be scheduled at probably on the 18th.
No, the thing just keeps getting longer.
No,
That's what it's for. I know.
Yeah. So just 3 items
Keeps
now.
getting earlier. We're gonna be here before.
Does anybody got any problems with that? Or?
No.
Okay.
Is this just regarding the meeting or regarding going over quota?
Going over quota. There will be the meeting to go over quota. That's all it is. We're not.
Right now, we're just saying.
We're not making a decision whether we will.
Okay.
This is just saying we're scheduling the meeting, because this is kind of backwards. Normally they apply, and so we're just doing it this way. Say it. Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
One quick comment on that is that we can't
see you on
close.
the agenda.
Right. We can't close until they have all the contingencies satisfied. A liquor license for the 8,000 square foot banquet facility is part of the requirements.
Sure.
Have they explored buying various assets of other existing taverns in the area that are for sale?
No.
You all know how I feel.
Nor do they have
And that's a subject for another meeting.
Okay. He came up here. I didn't ask him up here.
He was just trying to make the
we-
point of why it's important that we schedule it properly.
When we approved the purchase and sale agreement a year and a half ago, in that agreement, one of the contingencies was a liquor license. Now, you didn't approve the liquor license, but we knew it a year and a half ago that we were going to have to get that
Started
one
us
if
walking
this
us
went
down
through.
this road a year and a half ago.
And so now we're
Didn't even buy
finally,
us dinner.
we hope to close August 27th. And ironically, their PR people just called and wanted to start talking about who should come to a groundbreaking ceremony. I'm going, I love this conversation.
Nice.
But
$20 to park, by the way.
But we've known all along that we were gonna have to give them a liquor license.
Yes.
And we didn't know if we had a deal, so we just can't say go out and buy a liquor license if you don't have a deal. And they're going, we're not buying anything. We're not even spending any money on architects. And now we're scrambling now that they know that we got a deal. We couldn't get one done in time. Now, if we can, great, but I just don't see it happening. I don't want them to focus any of their energy outside of trying to close the deal. And it's complicated the way it is with new market tax credits. We could avoid any more TIF to this project.
5 years we waited, and it comes down to a special meeting. Okay. Place on file.
Okay. Well, we don't have.
But that's all.
It was just for discussion.
What would be a day you couldn't make this meeting?
Why, is that when you want to?
Yeah, Dan, that meeting starts at 8 o'clock.
Second.